So I'm gonna make this video as short and sweet as it possibly can. It's really something that I felt guided to talk about because of the experiences that I've had, and especially lately, I've been having these experiences and really trying to work with that kind of energy. This is for those of you who have experienced in the past any type of trauma. It could be any type of trauma, but we're talking about sexual energy here. And I'm doing this video for a reason. I've been trying to get in touch with my sacral chakra lately. Because I've been, I don't know how to start this, but I'm going to start it like this. Like, how does anybody start a conversation like this? It's very awkward. It's uncomfortable, right? So, I know that there's people that's going to resonate with this, whether or not it be 1, 2, 3 people. There's people that's going to resonate with this. I have this thing. Hello, friends. Hi. Love and light. Bonjour. So I have this thing where sexually, okay, it's weird because like you're expressing your private emotions, right? But there's a reason why I'm doing this. Okay, there's a reason why I'm doing this. I felt first of all guided to do it, but also because it's for my own healing journey, my own, journaling and logging the things that you're experiencing in every type of way can really help you not only just express yourself, but release a lot of emotions that you hold within, that you harbor within. Hey, Lawrence. So thank you, Rena. Thank you for allowing me to share and for being in this space with me. And I know that my story will resonate with other people's story. So I personally have experienced sexual trauma. One incident where I can remember, a couple of them I can't. But also in past lives, I've had a lot of sexual trauma and a lot of very uncomfortable sexual things happen with me. And this is it, besides the fact of the what I experienced as far as like childhood stuff. I'm talking about as far as like what that led to and the trauma that it caused for me, for someone who was like a victim sexually. Basically, like you could say I was like a victim, and then from that point in relationships and all that, I always felt like sex was something I had to do or else somebody wouldn't like me. It was like a pressure to do it, or I remember several times being pressured into having sex and doing it because if I don't do it, they're not gonna like me, or I have to do it. I have to do what I'm told, like type of thing, right? Yeah, and my sharing my story does help me release my emotions, but I also know that I'm sharing it for a reason. It's like Spirit guided me to share this because this morning, okay, I'm going to tell you something personal. It's not weird. I had cramps really bad, like period cramps. And, I know one of the releases for period cramps is masturbation. And I know that sounds weird to some people, and some men are like, they would hate this part because I'm going to say why they would hate it. So masturbation is very releasing for period cramps. Now, if you're not having sex like me, right? Your vagina gets tighter. You start to get like closed up, and it's like you're not releasing some kind of tension. That's how I feel. And so all of a sudden, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna masturbate just to release, because I haven't like had an orgasm in a long time, and I just need to release. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate it. And to release, so I did, and let me tell you something. It always takes me so long to get into this mood of like sexual mood. I always feel so awkward during sex. I have had situations where I am going to have sex with someone and I'd be like, get off me, get off me. Like my mind would switch off, and then I would get to this point where like if they would touch me somewhere that felt uncomfortable, I would jump up and be like, get off me, stop, I can't do this, right? It's so weird. You know how many poor guys like were like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? Is she okay? Like, but they still like, there was those who were like, what the fuck? But then there was those who were like patient, or like, are you okay? We're not, don't worry about it. Like they would lay with me and talk to me. And it would be like if a person's not patient with that, then it's like real fucking, it's traumatic even more, because now you're gonna have sex with somebody and you feel even more trauma on top of that trauma, right? So because of what I experienced growing up as a kid with not just, a family member, but also in the past lives, because I had dreams of myself being sex trafficked. I even had a dream about it happening to, I'm not even going to mention it, to you know who, the person I love the most, I cherish the most. I saw, it was a dream that people were paying to sleep with us. Like, it was just wild. I was in some neon room, and I was sitting there in the neon room, and people were coming in the room and paying for me. And then I had a dream that my family sold me for like entertainment, or I don't know if it was sexual stuff, but they sold me. My heart chakra, my heart chakra. So I had these dreams, and then I had worked with my guides on the dream about whatever happened sexually. And here my sacral chakra is going off right now, and whatever happened sexually, and they showed me somebody, and it was bad. Like, there was a baby, and the baby was killed. I looked at the person, he smirked at me. It was a really creepy dream, but it was clearing that trauma, right? And because of those experiences, and that's the thing what I'm gonna say. Yeah, it's more mature than some tantra like craziness that I see. Yeah, and let me tell you, due to the experiences, people will think, oh, well, I've never experienced this, but then they have like problems sexually, and they're like, what the fuck's wrong with me? What they don't realize is that they've experienced sexual trauma in past lives, and it's still carrying over to this lifetime for them. They might not know it consciously, but subconsciously, your subconscious knows you've experienced stuff thank you, Rena. You've experienced stuff in the past lives. Hi, Pia. Love and light. You experience things in past lives, and they're affecting you in this lifetime. So I've been working on my sacral chakra a lot lately, because I recognize something with me, and I'm tired of feeling guilty about sex. It's so weird. It's so weird. You just gotta vibrate it. You know, it's funny. When I masturbate, I don't think about a guy. I think about me using a toy on myself. I don't know if that sounds weird. Sometimes when I watch porn, I don't even watch porn. I watch a girl pleasing herself. I don't know why. And again, I don't know why, but I think it has a lot to do with like me not liking to watch these guys like pound these girls out. Like, I'm not one of those. Like, even though, don't get me wrong, when I get into it, I want to have wild sex. I do. I love shit like that. Who doesn't like a little choking, a little hair pulling? We all love it. But I mostly like sensual stuff. I'm a sensual person. I like to touch the body and to kiss, and I want to treat the person with respect and honor their body, and like, I'm weird like that. And plus, because I'm such a natural people pleaser, even in the bedroom, I tend to find myself being very much the pleaser. And yeah, it's like next level up there. It's feminine healing. Exactly. And that's why I'm sharing this, because it is feminine healing. And I'm gonna tell you what I was gonna say was the reason why, real quick though, because you guys know I love you. I just copped these. Tell me you should say fire. You should say fire. Okay. No, but seriously, here, I just gotta go off topic a little when I get awkward and uncomfortable. But this is why I'm talking about this, because this is where I'm at with my journey. I feel very good, like my energy's back up. I'm taking these vitamins that are making me, like, I feel so good. I don't know, they're just really great for my body. They're doing wonderful things for me. And I'm balancing them, and I'm using my body to know what I need and what I don't need. Now, so what I was saying was, I masturbated today, right? And I know people are gonna go, what the fuck she talking about? When she masturbated? That's okay, honey. You're not here yet. It's okay. You could just leave this live. And I cried after. Every guy's worst nightmare, right? I had an orgasm and I cried. The guy's like, no, please, no crying, right? But the thing was, it was because I had this realization where I sat there and I was like, Florina, it's okay. Like, it's really okay. It's okay. And I'm telling you, it's okay. Like, just because somebody mistreated your body, just because somebody made you, I've also had experiences that a lot of people obviously don't believe and they don't want to believe. But when I was from the age of like 14, I think, or 14, 15, to the age of 17, I was being woken up at night, being held down, and there was an entity sleeping with me. And Nobody believed me. Everybody thought it was just me. I'm just having wild, wet dreams. No, no, no. I was being constantly made love to by somebody or raped. I don't know what you want to call it. Made love to, raped, because I wasn't aware of it. I would wake up and somebody, like, let's say I slept over at a friend's house. They'd be like, yo, what the fuck were you doing in your sleep last night? I was like, what are you talking about? Not remembering nothing, not conscious, because whatever was going on, I was in a totally different space. I remember a boyfriend of mine that I was with when I was like 18 to about 20. He used to tell me, yo, you wake up every night like in full orgasm mode. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I would never remember a thing, right? But he said I would be having like kissing and like talking to someone, like, and I know for a fact nobody could tell me, oh, you were just dreaming, it's a wet dream. No, babe, that's not how it was. I know I was in sexual contact with an entity. There was an entity constantly coming to me, and it was, honestly, it's disturbing, because it's not cute and it's not funny, because if I was sleeping and I was unaware that I was unconscious, then I wasn't aware that it was taking place. I mean, I was aware of it in the spirit realm, but not in this physical form here. And today I don't allow things like that to happen no more. Like, those are the things that traumatically did fuck me up. And, you know, whatever reason they happen, they say we make contracts before we come here in all dimensions. And so maybe I had made a contract with someone, or maybe it's, I don't know, my twin flame or the love. I don't know. I've had some wild dreams like that. Like, I broke out right here. I hate that. So, I had those traumatic experience growing up with not just that, you know, I had weird things happen, like where, I don't want to say too much, but like there would be like people that were close to me, let's just say family, like family members, cousins and shit, and like weird situations, like trying to make me sleep with their husbands, and like weird shit like would happen to me like that growing up all the time. You're welcome, Sayuri. Sarahi. A lot of people need this. Weird shit like that would happen. My guy cousins would always be attracted to me. Like, this is not, you could say, ew, gross, gross. Everybody experiences this, but nobody talks about it. I remember one of my cousins, and it's like not a close cousin, but he was getting married, and he was in the limo with his wife, and he looked at me, he was like, I wish I was marrying you. And I looked at him like, bro, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny now, but at the time, like, you don't realize how much this messes you up throughout the time. Or the moments when you would be with a guy that you really, really liked, and he'd be like, give me a hug, do this, and you'd be like, no. And they would be like, just do it, come on, stop being a bitch. And you would do it every single time. That took away your power, right? Reviving the pain, emotions, and feeling the exact moment it is when you it's the gift of people are afraid of action. It is. And you know what? Here's the thing. I learned one thing from one of my favorite therapists, who's a therapist who wants people to come to her 3-4 times, get healing, and move on. That's the kind of healer I am. I don't want you to keep having to come to me, unless it's like for guidance, but I want to give you the tools and the knowledge so you can step forward and take responsibility for your life. So she says, never relive the moment. Revisiting and reliving things are two different scenarios. When you revisit something, you look back. Oh, I remember that one time this happened. It happened like this, and you accepted it, you dealt with it, you forgave the people, you move forward, you cut the cord, you revisit. When you relive it, you're welcome, Brittany. Thank you for saying, thank you for speaking on it and stuff, because I'm like, oh gosh, should I do this? But yes, I should, because there's a lot of people who feel like this, and I'll get more into the stuff. So she says, never relive the moment. So for instance, when I look back at stuff that I did or that happened to me, I no longer relive it. I don't feel the pain of it. I just look and go, yeah, that happened to me, because I have to share my experiences with people in order to create healing in their lives. So I have to constantly sometimes revisit the things that happened in my past, but I'm okay with it today. The trauma does no longer trigger me or affect me anymore. But I will tell you, one of the things that I'm working on now is it's such an important, yeah, it is subject, exactly. I'm talking about this for a reason, because the divine feminine is coming towards me, and it's within me. I've been living in the divine masculine energy for, I've got to say, in the masculine energy for the past 5-6 years, because of the power that was taken away from me. In the past, I was in that masculine, aggression, and then I now recently started tapping into my feminine divine feminine. Because there's a difference between masculine and feminine, divine feminine, and divine masculine. You know, when you're in those low vibrations, you're the masculine, you're the feminine. You're too girly or you're too manly, and it's a balance, right? So I'm creating that balance now in my life within myself. And one of the things I'm working with is my sacral, and I will tell you because this comes up because I'm tired of like having experiences when I go sexually to be with somebody, and I'm like fucking so uncomfortable that I want to jump out of the bed and crawl out of my own skin. Like, and it's not even that serious. Like, it's just a moment. Enjoy it. Like, it doesn't matter who I'm with. I could be with the most amazing, beautiful, gorgeous, sexy, spectacular person, but it's just something in here and in here and down there that'd be like, this feels funny. It's weird. It's awkward. You see what I'm saying to you? And like, I don't want that to happen. Excuse me, with the next person that I fall for, fall in love with, because I know that's coming towards me. As much as we say as people who are healing and we're sort of like not trying to go back into the motion of relationship, because I'm not getting in no toxic relationships. I'm only finding healthy relationships, and that is one of the most important things when you work on yourself. When you work on yourself and somebody comes at you and they're not working on themselves and they don't have, yeah, exactly, Lawrence, and they don't have no type of morals or respect for themselves, or they're not healing themselves from something, but they can't be in a bed with you and be like, are you okay? Do you need me to slow down? Someone who's patient. Imagine two people in the bedroom and they're just communicating like, can we just slow down with this and calm down with that, and can we just, I don't like that, can we do this way, and like just pure communication, and then it just being something that those two people are super enjoying and they're just loving it, and it's just amazing, right? And I think one of the reasons why a lot of us, yeah, Rena, a lot of us have this issue is because when we're working on healing ourselves and then we get into bed with somebody who's not, this is sexual energy, right? If their energy is way off from ours, now you're talking about somebody who's who's sexually charged, who just wants to go, and here you are emotionally invested into your own emotions. So therefore, of course, you're always going to give extra attention to someone else's emotions, and if they're not an emotional creature and they're not healing from something, or they're not understanding that you're healing from something, because a person does not have to go through the same thing you go through in order to help you through your own situations. For instance, like I could meet somebody and he could tell me this happened, that happened, I never went through it. I could understand him and listen to him and allow him or her, because I do like both, allow them to express themselves and be free to be afraid. Like one of the things for me, let's clear it in the throat chakra, please. One of the things for me, and it's not because I'm a female, because people will argue and say, well, it's because you're a female. That's not true. I've met many men who have been very, very patient with me sexually. Especially, this is what we're talking about, sex. We're not talking about emotions and none of that. I'm talking about sexually. They're like, are you okay? No, listen, we don't have to do this. Just stop, relax, sit down, let's watch a movie, let's giggle, let's laugh, haha. But then there's people that will rush like into the act, and it's like, buddy, like, where's this turning me on? Like, where are you, like, where, oh, I'm turned on. I don't give a fuck what you're feeling. Like, that's the problem. People worry about how they feel during everything, and then if they do that, listen, here, that's why you gotta find yourself who's emotionally connected to you, so that this way, because if they're not giving you the space and the right to be to deal with your emotions, to to process what you just felt, to express yourself, then they're not going to do that in the bedroom. It's like a domino effect. Someone you get into a relationship with right now, I can promise you, if you don't have open and clear communication with this person, and they don't, is that Kayla? Kayla! Hi! If you don't have open communication with somebody outside of the bedroom, I can promise you when you two get in the bedroom, it's going to be an awkward situation. So at this present moment in my life, like I've had experiences. I tried to get into the bed with a stranger today, like not today, but like, recently tried to, and it just didn't work out. Like, if you have to feel like you need to drink or you need to do something to be with somebody to enjoy yourself, then that's not a good situation, right? Because we have to. I want to look at somebody completely sober, lights on, and want to fuck them and love their flaws, whether they have a chubby stomach and stretch marks, and I don't give a fuck. I want to be with somebody emotionally in that way, and that's where I'm working through myself, because I told myself I need to connect to my sacral chakra, because I don't want the next guy or woman that I meet and I'm like fucking madly in love with them. Then it comes to the sex and I'm like being awkward. I want it to be natural. I don't want to feel awkward no more. I don't want to feel weird when someone touches my nipple. I don't want to feel weird when they go straight for the clitoris. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to feel weird about that. And I don't want to be afraid to try new things. Yeah, and like, it's like at this stage in my life, it's not people be like, it's your age. No, it's not, because I'm happy. Like, I feel young, I feel youthful, I feel beautiful, and all that good stuff. And I'm not in a rush to find nobody. I'm really not. But I also allow the universe to work through me. And also the universe waits for us to be ready, truly, because if you're working on yourself and you think the universe is going to just, they're going to just throw you the same old person, they're not, because you've already healed those parts of you. Like, I know, for instance, if someone comes at me for a relationship, now, don't get it wrong, like, for a one-night stand, that's a different story. If I know I'm just going to have a one-night stand with this person and never see them again, which I don't want that to happen right now anyway, but if it did, it happens, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm going to be like, oh my God, I'm a slut. No, because, sometimes you just need to have a sexual experience that's just incredible and wild, and there's no strings attached. Sometimes you do it, and you don't have to feel guilty about that. You're not a bad person for that. You know what I'm saying? However, I personally, okay, so for instance, let me say this. I was talking to somebody on the phone the other day, and she was like, oh, I like this guy and I like that guy. And like every week she likes a new guy, right? So I said to her, I was like, I don't know why you're going after this person or why you're doing that. And as a friend, I was trying to look out, like, don't, but she said I was being negative, and I get it and I understand, and I have to talk about this because I was like, damn, was I being negative or was I just trying to look out for a friend, right? But what I was forgetting is that what I was forgetting was that I'm noticing why my voice does this is because the first time I'm talking this much for the day, so everything's clearing out. I'm noticing, I said, am I being negative or am I just trying to be a good friend? But then I forgot that she's not in my space, where in my headspace, I'm looking for something serious. I want, fuck Johnny Depp in this bitch, man. I don't know why Johnny Depp's a psycho too. He's a fucking psycho. Are you kidding me? Like, I can read people. They're both psycho. They're that toxic twin flame energy you don't want to have. Anyway, I read energy. I'm like, he thinks everything's funny. I'm a man. I'm the, you know what I'm saying? And here she is, a fucking idiot. They're both stupid. Anyway, I mean, love and light. I don't want to judge people, but that's just it. I've been in those toxic situations before. I've had relationships just like that. Like, a couple of times. So, yeah, so, and it's such low vibrational shit. I swear to God, it's like they do that to distract us. I swear. Just when shit goes down, something like that comes up. So, what I was saying was working on our sacral chakra. Obviously, I think that's the point of this whole video is if you've experienced trauma in your past lives or in this lifetime, or you're not aware you experienced trauma and you're having exactly. And I've had, you saw that because I was like, I've had relationships like that a couple of times. If you've experienced trauma in a past life or in this lifetime, it is going to be hard for you to have sexual connections with people and not feel weird, awkward, out of place, uncomfortable during sex. Let's clear it in the throat. Oh my God, come on. I need like lubrication. Lubrication. So yeah, I know I said that, Brittany. Go ahead. So I think I'm talking about this mostly because working on that part of ourselves, to heal that part of ourselves, so that the next person we encounter that we like and we want to be with and all that stuff. I'm not gonna waste my time with somebody today. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not. There's guys that text me, they DM me and all that, and I'll give them my phone number, and then like they seem like really nice people, and I really think they're attractive and whatever. But I don't see myself with them for the rest of this lifetime. That's what I'm looking for today. Everybody's not looking for the same thing. I'm looking for that. I'm not saying the next guy I meet, I'm gonna marry him. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if I don't feel like it's gonna be something that's gonna be worth my time, or it's gonna be something I could build with, somebody I could work with, have fun with, laugh with, play with, be serious with, then I don't want to waste my time today, because I've already experienced all the one night stands and the having fun and the dating and the back and forth and the toxic relationships. I'm over that shit. That shit is like something that I will not even put time into or energy. And if somebody speaks to me a certain way today, it's not happening. Okay. And so yeah, so I think it's important to talk about that connection that you're gonna have. And so if you've dealt with sexual trauma and you've really experienced things that were uncomfortable for you, and now you're afraid to like masturbate, like you don't want to touch yourself because you feel guilty about it. It is guilt. It's guilt and shame. It could be guilt and shame from what you've done, right? The things that you've done. And you're amazing, Kayla. It could be guilt and shame from the things you've done. That has a lot to do with it, and I'm getting hit in the head really hard. You could have allowed things to happen and you feel guilty about it. You feel ashamed of yourself, or maybe you've had sex with people and like you're like, oh, I'm grossed out with myself. People, that's just the natural process of sexual energy. And working with the sacral is you're going to discover that some of the things you've done made you uncomfortable because you did it and you're like, oh God. And then some of the things that others have done to you makes you feel ashamed or guilty about yourself. Or maybe even in past lives, maybe you did some fucked up shit. Maybe we did bad things to people sexual, and that's why we kind of like are experiencing that now and learning that and Kayla, you know what, you're a beautiful soul too, and you're very, very wise, very wise. And so now it's time to work with that sacral and really love yourself and honor your body. And I'm trying very hard to love myself in this form. Like in this form, I know what you're okay. Now I know you're gonna say, oh Flo, you're not even heavy. What are you talking about? You're not fat. I don't think I'm fat. That's not, this is the thing. When I say to people that I want to lose weight and I want to get in shape, it's not about feeling like I'm fat. It's about feeling like I know that my body deserves more from me. It deserves for me to go exercise a little bit. It deserves for me to work out and to get in shape and to get toned. It's not about looks for me at all, because I don't give a fuck. I could bag anybody just like this, literally. Guys that are attracted to me, you'd be like, what the fuck? They're models, they're gorgeous. I'm like, what the fuck does he want with me? I'll be like, I will say to the guy, you know I'm like 200 pounds, right? And they're like, I don't care, you're sexy, I want you. And I'm like, bro, you work out every single day. Like, I don't. Like, what are you looking at me for? I think you miss being chubby. So you kind of want the chubbiness in your life. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, Brittany. Like, that's one of the main things that I'm working on right now, is being comfortable with how I look right now. 1 stomach, 2 stomachs, chubby legs, chubby arms. So what? We're beautiful. I mean, like, for me, like, here's the thing. Here's how I know. My daughter's a little chubby. She's not fat. She's just, 10-year-old child chubbiness. I will grab her chubbiness and I love it. So it's so delicious and mushy, right? So when I love someone, I love everything about them. So that's really all it boils down to. Loving yourself. As much as I love my daughter's chubbiness, I gotta love my own. And I do. My body, I love my body. I love it. I honor it. I'm so grateful for everything that I have. But there are things I want to work on. And that's just not for looks. For me, it's about comfort. I want to feel comfortable. Yeah, Kayla, nature is beautiful for your soul. It really is. And it's about comfort. I never ever said, like, I want to get a breast reduction and a lift for the way I look. It's because my back hurts. My shoulders are killing me. Every woman in general, always beautiful, and regardless of my book. Lawrence, if more men were like you, we would have a better world. But that's how I feel. You know what's crazy? Want to know the crazy thing? Let me tell you something that will touch your soul right now. I know you will feel this. I will wear something, dress nice or whatever, and I'll feel pretty. I'll feel really pretty. Okay, I look nice, blah, blah. But then, like, and I'm like, oh, God, I look so heavy in the pictures. But then I'll see another woman who's like 3 times heavier than me, dressed up, and I'll be like, she looks so good. How does she look that? Damn, she's big and she looks good. You know what I'm saying? And there's the problem. Somebody who's heavier than me, fatter than me, or whatever word you want to use, and I'm looking at her like, yo, she's a fucking stunning ass goddess, and here the fuck I am judging myself. Wow, at the yoga park with your at the yoga with your mat listening right now, and we look at our bodies and we go, ooh, this is gross, that's gross. Isn't that interesting that we go and we compliment everyone else, we look at them and in someone else's eyes, because I'm not one of those I look better, she looks better people. No, that's not going to happen. I'll say a woman is beautiful, but I'll never say she looks better than me, because everybody has their own preference, their own taste. Everybody's on their own physical body. Somebody could be 160 pounds. Like when I was 160 pounds, right? Nobody ever, they were like, no, you're like 130. I'm like, no, I weigh 160. And I'm like very heavy boned. And people think, oh, you can't be heavy boned. You can't? Then how come when I'm 160, I look like I'm 130? When I'm 140, I look like fucking 115, like a crackhead. It don't even look good on me. I have to stay at like 160, 170. Otherwise, I look real skinny and disgusting. You know what I'm saying? I weigh 207 pounds right now. Right now. But I also have a size 40 triple D breast size. You know what I'm saying? And I'm heavy boned, bro. I'm heavy boned. It's gonna take a truck to bring me down. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty strong, pretty tough. I've landed from the roof on the floor and I didn't break an ankle. That's what kind of bones I have. Like, they're just heavy, you know. So I have to be as light as possible. My point is, and I'm talking about weight and I'm talking about looks and all that. It has a lot to do with sexual energy, because how you feel is how you respond to things. And so I am currently working heavily on my sacral chakra. And I'm exploring myself. I'm gonna touch my body. I'm gonna see how I feel, and I'm done thinking about, oh, what if spirit are watching me? Hey, look, man, if they want to watch, they better not make it aware that they're watching, because we're gonna have a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this is my life. I gotta live my life. I gotta enjoy myself. I want to feel joy. I'm tired of feeling pain. Fuck the past. Fuck who did what they did to me. I forgive them. I let go, and it's time for me to enjoy myself in multiple ways. You see what I'm saying? It's the joy. We're missing the joy. We're lacking the joy because we're giving all the power to those who have harmed us in the past, whether it's be sexually, emotionally, or any type of way. That's not okay. That's not okay for us to allow people to take away our joy, because it's funny because you're not actually allowing them to take away your joy. You're doing it yourself. Did you see that? Did anybody just see that? Like some white light just like passed by me right there. It's not even them, because you're not allowing anyone to take your joy. It's actually you. Good, Kayla. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that, really. I would never go ghost hunting, because I know they're all around. I don't need to hunt them. They're right down the block. You know, Kayla, trust me when I tell you. Especially because you're a sensitive person. A lot of them like to latch on and they'll come home with you. Just stop doing shit like that. I know it's fine, it's cute and all that, but it's just not. It's not something I care to do. I'm not trying to be no ghost hunter, and I definitely don't want to go around as a medium fucking getting rid of dark energies. Like, that ain't my place. Let them do their own thing. I ain't got time for all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to heal others, not fucking tell them to get out. Because, see, Kayla, and I'm telling you, just clear your energy, do some sage, Palo Santo, and ask for the universe to allow you to free yourself from those things. And you know, you were exploring, having fun, but I wouldn't do stuff like that. And I'm telling you that as a medium. I used to do shit like that, record voices and all that. I've heard a couple of voices I didn't want to hear. And after that, after I heard those couple of voices, I was like, okay, I'm not doing this no more. Like, I heard some real fucking shady, evil voices on those recordings. And I was like, yeah, and remember, you see them, they see you. So you gotta be careful. So yeah, so I was talking about that. So I hope you guys can work with your sexual energy and love yourselves and really do the same thing I'm doing, which is really try to work on feeling beautiful and loving yourself. Yeah, Peter, you saw that, right? Really try to work on loving yourself today in whatever way you can. And just know that everything's gonna work out. You know, we all have things that are happening in our lives. Maybe we, maybe maybe people are broke. Maybe people are going through something with their family members. Maybe they're breaking up with someone. We all do. But I want you to know something from a personal experience. Somebody who's been through a lot of really crazy things, like really hard things, right? Really hard lessons, things that a lot of people are not going to be like. People are going to be like, how did you get through that? I love the background. It's so cute. Look at it. Look at all my Dunkin' Donuts cups. I'm obsessed with fucking cups. But, really get yourself today going and try to look at yourself like, I love myself. I'm a good person. The energy totally changed. It went from I feel so much peace and freedom today. And I really think it had a lot to do with the connecting with my body sexually. Yeah. Oh, you're so welcome, Brittany. Anytime. Really connected with my body sexually earlier today. And then took a nice nap from it. I fell asleep like a baby after. I didn't have no more cramps. And let me tell you, it was that pent up. And another thing, when we're not sexually active and we're not enjoying ourselves sexually, for women especially, when you get more cramps, but you're tensed up. The cramps come from tension. It's like tension. I always say it's like you're tensed up in there. Your cervix is like closed like this, and it's like, oh, holding on for dear life, and like nothing can flow through you. Good, Millie. Good. I might jump on later around, I'm not sure. I'm going to pick up a rental car until, it's so hard to get a car today, man. People are charging up the ass for everything. One thing I'm going to share personally. You know what's crazy? They're still using that COVID excuse for everything. You see what I'm saying to you? You see how humans are? They will hold on to something for the rest of their lives, bro. Like, you'll go somewhere, and they'll be like, well, because of COVID, we don't really have that. Bro, you still on that COVID shit? For real? I looked at him like, COVID, really? You guys we don't have enough cars. You don't have enough cars? Really? How come there's like 1,000 cars in this lot right now? You don't have enough cars? My guy, who you talking to? Stupid or dummy? Or retard? Which one is it? You ain't got enough cars. Okay. It's like, there's no houses for sale. You drive by, house for sale, house for sale, house for sale. Come on. Yeah, so you're having really bad cramps because, the tension. You gotta release some tensions. And again, it doesn't always have to do with the physical. You have to work energetically. That's what I'm doing. I'm working energetically. Fuck it. Like, I'm a beautiful, sexy woman. I'm going to explore my body. I'm going to express myself. I'm not afraid to be myself. And if someone likes me and someone likes me and wants to date me, I'm going to go on a date. And I made the choice today. I'm going to start dating. If someone asks me to go on a proper date, to go out to dinner, to talk, to relax, I'm going. No more like, no, I can't because I'm too fat right now, or because I got to get my teeth fixed and my hair and it's excuses, right? Yeah, okay. It's excuses that we make for ourselves. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't feel sexy enough. My hair, my makeup, my toes aren't done. My legs aren't shaved. You know what? In the caveman days, do you think those men give a fuck about all that shit? Like, we as women, damn well. Damn right. You've had those nights when you're like, I'm not going to shave my pussy and my legs because I'm not having sex. And then all of a sudden, shit gets heated, and you're like, oh my God. And you tell the guy, I didn't shave my legs, I didn't shave my pussy or my underarms. I didn't know I was having sex tonight. And they were like, I don't give a fuck. You think they give a fuck about some goddamn hair? They ain't fucking your hair. They don't care. I'm like, don't touch my legs. Oh my God, don't touch my legs. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. So I'm just saying, not the eyelash on the floor. No, there's not an eyelash on my floor. What the fuck? Hi. Oh, is that 2 eyelashes or 1? Oh, damn, that was a lot of glue on that. Eyelashes really do something for your face, though, right? You can have no makeup on, look. Right? What, bitch? But anyway, they don't care, but I do. For real. All right, so yeah, so that's pretty much what I want to say. Explore yourself, love yourself, and fuck it, man. Like, just enjoy yourself. Go on dates. Don't make it, yes, my double chin is starting, it's starting to go away. So just explore yourself, express yourself sexually, energetically. Really play with yourself. I don't know. Do something. Get a toy. I've never really used toys on myself, and when I did, I was always like, oh, it's too intense. It's just so intense for me because I have a like really sensitive private area. It makes me gross, but yeah. All right, guys. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a nice day, Kayla. I would just stay away from all that supernatural stuff. Really, just focus on connecting to your higher self and meditating and cleansing your aura. Okay. I love you guys. Okay, Kayla, when you have bad fires, pray for them. Pray, ask the rain gods to come in and clear the fire and all that. I love you guys. I hope you guys love yourself today. I hope you try to love yourself as much as you possibly can because we all deserve love. We all deserve to love ourselves and we all deserve to have peace in our lives, okay? We all really do. Millie, I'll see you in class tonight. Again, you guys, I love you and I will see you guys later on, okay? Bye.